guys, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. Alexa, what's the time please?
It's 5:20 p.m.
I'm just folding up my blanket. I was lying down for a couple of hours because it got cold in here. And as you know, the electric and gas, they cost a lot of money, and I don't mind putting it on, but I don't want to put it on for hours because it's costly, it's expensive. So what's been going on? Well, I took Max out for a walk around 10 to 2 because Max wanted to go out earlier. I think he wanted to go to the toilet. He kept hovering by the front door. So I went out about 10 to 2 this afternoon. I walked Max, who's a little chihuahua, around the Rochester Riverside by myself, and it was really, really quiet. There was hardly anybody about at all. Probably because I'd gone out earlier, but I didn't see. I saw a lady with a pram, and the builders were on top of the roof, and people were coming off the field, but I walked Max around the field and it was completely empty, which is fair enough because I can take Max off the lead and he can run around, which he did. And it was very cold this afternoon. It's been freezing. I'm not surprised people aren't walking about, especially this afternoon. It was absolutely cold, and so I managed to walk him, came back into my flat, and there was a parcel on the floor. Crystal Marshall, that's me, and it was this "We Are Stonewall" t-shirt for me. I'm Crystal, and it came to Biggs Apartments. Biggs, right? So I got this t-shirt in the mail. I did, and it was, there you go, handle with care, and someone's put Biggs on it, and it's come from Sunbury-on-Thames, TW16 7EB. So that's come to me. Right, so I had a parcel. I didn't have any other sort of post in the mail, no letters, nothing like that, just that parcel there. So when I came back for a walk, that was on the floor by the post boxes, because I have a metal post box with a key. So I picked it up, took it up the stairs, came into my flat with it because it's mine. Undid it because I wondered what it was, and I thought, yeah, it's a t-shirt. So I put the t-shirt on. It's mine. It's extra large. It's big. It's for me. Came into the flat and I cooked my lunch. Well, I might have actually cooked my lunch before I went out. I did. I cooked the roast beef, potatoes, peas and gravy, microwave meal before I went out, so I'd already eaten that. It was a bit mushy because my mum gave it to me yesterday and it was a bit mushy. I came back into the flat. I made myself a cup of coffee. My mum had gave me a packet of jammy Dodgers, so I had about 3 or 4 jammy Dodgers. Like I said, I haven't been out to the co-op today. I don't see the point of wasting money on food that's going to make me put on weight. So I've got enough. There's plenty of food in the flat, and I've been eating that. So later on, it started to get nippy. So around 3-4 o'clock-ish, I was getting cold. I had a t-shirt on, these green leggings, which I've worn all day, and it was getting cold. So I put the TV on, some crappy film was on, laid down on the sofa, put the blanket over my legs, and Max sat on my lap and we was watching the telly. And I wanted to relax, I wanted to rest, and I just felt like, you know, I felt cold. Then the phone rang. I was on the phone for about 5 to 10 minutes. The phone went off and it disturbed my rest because I was laid down here resting. Got up And there's these Facebook requests are going on and on and on and on. There's more of them. Absolutely, like 20, 30 more of them pinging and making noise. So I had that phone call, then the Facebook Messenger started off. I just started, I thought I'm going to tidy my flat. So all it does is get me out of my seat. I can't rest because it irritates me. It makes my face pain start. The phone does. So I just got up off of the sofa, made myself another cup of coffee. I've started now going through the cupboards and throwing all the old things away. You know, like from Christmas, you get the old mint sauce, the old condiments from Christmas that you don't need anymore. So I've just tossed them into a plastic bag. Every time someone annoys me, I just get tidying up. I go into a cupboard, go into a drawer, just tidy something up and get rid of the junk. So that was great. I was watching Four in a Bed with this large Egyptian man with glasses, and he was going, "Hello guys," and showing them around his hotel room and that. So he was going, "Hello guys," really large Egyptian man with glasses. Four in a Bed. No, he's a really nice guy. He actually won the Four in a Bed hotel plaque. So he was a really nice guy. Watched that. And also what I wanted to say was, now they are talking about kids and teenagers getting hold of nitrous oxide, which is laughing gas. And I've seen it many times in Rochester. I've seen it in 2020, 2021, little canisters and balloons, right? I must reiterate that my balloons are purely for decoration and for blowing up. There's nothing in them apart from oxygen, which is the air we breathe, and helium in the foil ones that I get from the works. So that balloon's got helium in it. The balloons I blow up are the air I breathe, or the air pump. I do not use my balloons for drug purposes. This happens every time there's a royal event. This happened when William and Catherine were going to get married. My dad sulked upstairs in bed. He wouldn't get out of bed. Every time there was a royal event, he just left me and my mum to myself. He wouldn't take us to the shops. He wouldn't do anything. And every time there's a royal event, they try to trash my balloons or anything to do with balloons. Balloons are dangerous. Balloons are this, balloons are that. But remember, this was going on 15 years ago, nitrous oxide and balloons, before I even started a YouTube channel. Right? Balloons have been Alexa, when was the latex balloon invented?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the use of balloons for entertainment and decoration can be traced back to the late 18th century when the first hot air balloons were launched. The modern party balloon we know today, made of latex and filled with helium, was invented in the 1930s.
So even before I was born, guys, balloons were blown up. Helium balloons, decoration and birthday parties, balloons. Alexa, what is nitrous oxide?
Nitrous oxide, commonly known as laughing gas, nitrous, or nose, is a chemical compound, an oxide of nitrogen with the formula N2O. At room temperature, it is a colourless non-flammable gas, and has a slightly sweet scent and taste. At elevated temperatures, nitrous oxide is a powerful oxidizer similar to molecular oxygen.
Alexa, what is the use of nitrous oxide in balloons?
Here's something I found on Wiktionary. Nitrous oxide is a noun meaning a non-flammable gas, N2O, commonly used in surgery and dentistry for its anesthetic and analgesic effects.
what is happening is teenagers are inhaling nitrous oxide through a normal balloon, right? Now, I'm an adult. I know that drugs are bad. I don't touch drugs. I don't put balloons in drugs. I don't drink alcohol excessively, and I don't take drugs, take cannabis, and I don't smoke. And people say I'm boring. I'd rather be boring. But don't blame balloons for people's drug use, okay? Don't go around saying it's the fault of balloons, right? We're all responsible for ourselves. We all know what drugs are. We all know the word no. We all know that drugs are bad, and we all know that we shouldn't take them. I personally don't take drugs. I don't agree with them. But don't blame a simple balloon for a drug problem. Shops shouldn't sell nitrous oxide to children. They shouldn't sell cigarettes to children either, or alcohol. So it's not just nitrous oxide. The government should watch children getting hold of cigarettes and alcohol as well, right? If the shops didn't sell it, the kids wouldn't be able to buy it. A full stop. Right, but this is every time there's a royal occasion, balloons are dangerous. When it was Prince William and Catherine's wedding, balloons were polluting the water. Plastic was polluting the water, and they were picking up balloons out of the water. Now, all of a sudden, a few weeks leading up to King Charles III's coronation, they're talking about kids buying nitrous oxide from newsagents and putting them in balloons. Well, this has been going on since I've been living in Rochester down here. I've seen balloons on the floor and the little canisters. Apparently it started over 15 years ago, so why they want to start doing something about it now, I hope they do. Because a balloon is a balloon, it's a decoration. You shouldn't be putting drugs in anything, but don't just blame balloons. What else do these people put drugs in? Right? You've got to blame it partly on the person. The shopkeepers should not be selling nitrous oxide, but then a person knows what's right and wrong. You don't take drugs, full stop. You certainly don't inhale things. You know, when I was a kid going to school, they were telling us about glue sniffing. People were sniffing glue. Now, glue is for sticking things together, isn't it? Not for sniffing. But people will find anything and turn it into something bad. But it's not the object itself, it's the person. You just say no. You don't take drugs, you don't inhale drugs. I understand that society today is in a terrible state, but I don't resort to drink, I don't resort to drugs, and I don't smoke. And some people are more vulnerable than others. But if it's sold in a shop, people will buy it. And that's including cigarettes, cannabis and alcohol, not just balloons and nitrous oxide. Because what they were showing on Sky News was newsagents selling nitrous oxide to someone with a hidden camera, and he was giving them free balloons. That is wrong. I know that's wrong. So stop it. Simple as that. But don't rubbish my YouTube channel like you did when William and Kate got married and depressed me. And I deleted all my videos because they were trying to make out balloons were dangerous. Glue's dangerous. Box of matches is dangerous if you use it for the wrong thing. Everything's dangerous. A plastic bottle, a mouse can get trapped in it, right? If you throw it on the floor. So let's put this into perspective, shall we? Every time there is something royal, they try and make out my balloons are dangerous. It's not balloons themselves that are dangerous. person that's dangerous. It's the person using it for the wrong purpose that's dangerous. And the people selling it. Right, so I watched that. And I will not get depressed. I will not pack my YouTube channel in, and I won't. I will just carry on doing my little bits and pieces. Right. So I later on, he came in upstairs and he parked his Ford Mondeo outside Foley Apartments. Foley Apartments. There is a lady with ginger hair and she wears a lime green coat. Lime green. And it looks brand new. And she's about 60, 65, 70. And she goes into town with a backpack on her back and she gets bags and goes into Strood. I've seen her. When I went into Strood with my son, I've seen her going over the Strood Bridge. Right? My hair, the ginger's come out of my hair now. It's coming out and it's gone very, very light. So anything to try and disguise where I'm coming from. To disguise it. To make out it's coming from somewhere else. To not deal with the truth. That's all they do. To not deal with it, they try and make out it's coming from somewhere else. It's not here. Well, that lift is going to stay broken, isn't it? It's still broken, it's still out of order because people don't deal with problems. And they think, I'm going to go away. If the lift doesn't work, I'm not going to be able to walk down the stairs. And what's going to happen to me in my flat? Well, don't you think I can ring for help? Don't you think I've got people who I can call that can come down and help me if I can't get down the stairs? Don't you think they've got access to mobile phones? And I'm telling you now that is not the only thing wrong with this building. A lot of this mock metal that's not real is rusting already. It's rusting and it's going green. The metal. The buildings are slowly falling apart. And I don't even know if they possibly are dangerous. No word of the gas being tested this year either. Nothing. But Hyde Housing notifies you that the rent's going up. 2 years into living in this flat, the handles are coming off the cupboards and doors. The metal's going rusty and green. And the lift hasn't fucking worked for almost 2 months. It's absolutely disgusting and disgraceful. Cheap, tacky slime. Rubbish. What I'm going to do, right, I'm making a note through videos and through my diary of how long this lift hasn't worked. And then I'm going to get hold of a counsellor and possibly take this to the newspapers because this is stupid. See you later.